Little Rock, Arkansas, September 27, 2023. Tavio Jones, driving a white Hyundai Elantra, was first observed driving erratically on I-30 before turning onto 65th Street. When officers activated lights and sirens, Jones accelerated to 68 miles per hour in a 40 zone, cutting through multiple roadside parking lots.
What are you doing? Or through the rock, he's slow rolling me.
Soon after, officers closed in and executed a pit maneuver, spinning the Elantra out and bringing it to a stop on a grassy roadside.
Pit, pit, pit. Show me your hands! 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 Step out of the car! Step out of the car! Get on your face! Turn away from me! Get off the phone! Felony takedown.
I love felony takedown. What's your 10 point? You're paying at 1060.
Pulling you over because you're driving in the left lane with no insurance.
Jones was immediately subdued and admitted to carrying a firearm and marijuana. A search recovered a Beretta handgun, 3 small bags of leafy substance, and a digital scale. Jones was transported for medical evaluation before being booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center. He now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, possession of CS-controlled substances, unlawful possession of a firearm, reckless driving, and having no license or insurance. Monroe County, Arkansas, April 20th, 2024. Jalisha Muldrew led police on a dangerous chase along US 40 after being spotted driving a red Ford Fusion with a fake license plate. Muldrew accelerated to 120 miles per hour, changing lanes repeatedly and nearly causing collisions. Two vehicle stopping attempts failed, with the Fusion still fleeing at more than 115 miles per hour.
TBI. 211. 211. Still going. 211 westbound, still going.
211 westbound, still going. 213, 213, be
Speed's 100. Still traveling westbound.
And brother waiting at the dealership.
TBI unsuccessful.
We can try TBI.
TBI unsuccessful.
Speed's 117. We're at the 209.
209, speed 117.
On the third pit maneuver, the car finally spun out and came to a stop.
Stop to a stop.
Coming to a stop.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands in the air! Both hands in the air! Both hands in the air! With your left hand, open the door! Step out with your hands in the air! Right here on the mirror. Just keep them on. They're on. Keep them on. Right here on them. Keep coming. Drop what's in your left hand. Drop it. Walk back towards me. Stop.
My child's in the
Stop. You got it. Just take 2 steps backwards towards me. Stop. Don't move.
Inside the vehicle were passenger Cordelro Lowe and 2 young children, a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. Muldrew was arrested at the scene, while the children were turned over to their grandmother. She now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, endangering the welfare of a minor, fictitious tags and stickers, no insurance, and reckless driving. Mayflower, Arkansas, April 17, 2024. Police received a report of a black Chevrolet Traverse driven by Christina Teague, speeding on I-40 and brandishing a firearm out the window. When signaled to stop, Teague initially slowed, but then accelerated to more than 100 miles per hour. Officers executed a vehicle stop tactic, bringing the SUV to a halt in the middle of the interstate, where Teague exited and was subdued on scene.
Hands up! Put your hands up! Walk back here to me. Walk back here to me. Walk back here to me. Walk backwards to me. Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards!
A search of the vehicle uncovered a Bersa 380 handgun. Teague was transported to the Faulkner County Detention Center, facing charges of fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, and no proof of insurance. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, January 24, 2023. A gray 2012 Nissan Rogue was spotted fleeing at high speed on Highway 165 toward Desha County. The vehicle ignored commands to stop, exceeded 100 miles per hour, and continued toward Gould.
Correction, Arkansas County, Unit 5. We're pulling into Gould now, approaching the highway. I got late 14 supposed to be heading that way. He is supposed to go. I'm on my way. I'm in front of the air road right now.
The pursuit required coordination between multiple Arkansas County Sheriff's Office units and Arkansas State Police. The chase ended at the intersection with Ivy Road, where troopers executed a precise pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control, slide into a flooded field, and sustain heavy front-end damage.
Pit Pamela, Arkansas 114 and Ivy Road.
The suspect then surrendered and was taken into custody at the scene, while the vehicle was towed away. North Little Rock, Arkansas, January 22nd, 2025. Levar Ellis fled when Jacksonville police attempted a stop on I-57, prompting multiple units to assist. The pursuit continued across several roadways before moving onto I-40.
Red van for picture. Yeah,
At mile marker 153, Officer Dwayne Niles closed in and executed a successful pit maneuver, spinning the vehicle sideways and bringing it to a stop on the median. Ellis was arrested immediately afterward without further incident.
TVI just before JFK.
A search of the vehicle uncovered fentanyl. The case was turned over to the Drug Task Force, and the car was towed from the scene. Ellis now faces felony fleeing and drug-related charges.
Roll your back window down for me, all right?
Little Rock, Arkansas, September 17th, 2023. A traffic stop on I-30 quickly turned into a chase when Donovan Whittington, driving a gray Hyundai Sonata, suddenly sped off. The vehicle raced down Scott Hamilton Drive and Hilaro Springs Road, reaching more than 90 miles per hour and driving against traffic, endangering other motorists. Whittington continued running red lights, exceeding 100 miles per hour before being forced off the road by a vehicle-stopping maneuver. The Sonata crashed into trees, and Whittington fled on foot, escaping the area. Passenger Artricia Hill sustained minor injuries and remained in the car. At the scene, officers recovered a rifle, drug paraphernalia, a bag of suspected marijuana, and other evidence. Hill was cited for not wearing a seatbelt and charged with tampering with evidence, while a warrant was issued for Whittington's arrest. Lonoke County, Arkansas, April 5th, 2023. Trevous T. Holmes fled after deputies clocked his silver Chevrolet Malibu at 75 miles per hour on US 165. Instead of stopping, Holmes accelerated repeatedly, weaving through multiple towns from Humnokes and Allport to England and Keio. During the chase, he ran red lights, reached 120 miles per hour, made illegal passes on the left, and repeatedly crossed into oncoming lanes, nearly causing head-on crashes.
You need to figure out something to do to end it pretty quick to get into North Little Rock. It's going to be a little faster. I was going that fast through town. The address comes back to 41st Street in North Little Rock.
As the pursuit neared North Little Rock, Holmes continued into opposing traffic. At the intersection of US 165 and AR 391, a unit closed in and executed a pit maneuver. The Malibu spun out, slid onto a gravel road and came to a stop. The driver and a passenger were quickly taken into custody.
Pit. Stand up.
Holmes was booked on a long list of charges, including felony fleeing, speeding, reckless driving, running red lights, improper lane usage, no insurance, expired registration, and fleeing on foot. Little Rock, Arkansas, December 31st, 2023. Police observed a Toyota Camry speeding at more than 100 miles per hour on I-430 before heading onto city streets. The driver, later identified as Desan Slay, turned off all vehicle lights in an attempt to conceal himself, reaching up to 140 miles per hour, driving into oncoming lanes and nearly colliding head-on with several vehicles.
Wrong way on the side of the road on going towards Chico.
When Slay slowed to return to the correct lane, officers seized the opportunity to execute a vehicle stop tactic, bringing the Camry to a complete halt. Slay was subdued on scene. search of the car uncovered nearly 3 grams of marijuana. Slay was transported for medical evaluation before being booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center. He now faces charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, driving at night without lights, and possession of controlled substances. Little Rock, Arkansas. A light-colored KIA SUV was observed traveling at very high speed across multiple roads at night, with the driver swerving repeatedly to evade stop attempts. Arkansas State Police units joined the pursuit and made several attempts to execute pit maneuvers, but the driver steered away each time to avoid being forced off the road.
Hey, 71.
630 East at Woodrow. 321 X-ray Ball King, 1037.
Here's Retro and Woodrow.
10-4. Still eastbound, speeds 115, light to no traffic. Middle lane. Coming up to the interchange, stand by for direction. Looks like they're gonna take 30 west.
Take a 30 west to 630. Speed still about 120. We're going to 2. This is lane 1.
Every time I move up to try to go make for a pit, 31, he's swerving back in front of him.
And 726 lane 2. 10-4, copy passing Pratt Road. Speed's about 125. About the 8, he's swerving, trying to avoid the pit.
Eventually, as the vehicle entered an exit ramp, the driver failed to negotiate the curve, lost control, and crashed into a wooded area.
Go west of 1 a.m. Copy.
You wrecked out?
Shoot on hands!
Let's see hands! We need to see hands!
You better put them hands up!
Hands!
Hands!
Dog, Jim.
Hands in there!
The driver was found unconscious after the impact. Officers and supporting units secured the scene, extricated the driver, and transported him to a hospital. The vehicle was towed, and the incident remains under investigation. Details on charges will be released by authorities. Caddo Valley, Arkansas, August 29, 2024. Arkansas State Police attempted to stop a black Dodge Charger for following a semi-truck too closely on I-30. At first, the car pulled into a gas station, but moments later sped away, accelerating to 140 miles per hour and weaving dangerously on the interstate.
1035 Hot Springs. 1037. It's a black Charger, North Carolina tags, King Adam 1309. Eastbound at the 78.
Eastbound 78 mile marker, 1037. I'll stop, I'm correct.
It's passing on the shoulder. Speed's 120.
Yeah, 120 past on the shoulder.
Occupied one time, black male.
What's the vehicle description?
It's a black Dodge Charger, North Carolina tags. King Adam 1309.
Hot Springs, can you get a return on that? It was a 23 Dodge Charger, black, in a holding cell, please. 1052.
Crossing over into Hot Spring County now.
I'm notifying Hot Spring County. Justin, keep us posted on your mouth.
Passing, coming up on the 81.
We're just a little ahead of you.
Speed's 130.
The pursuit continued to mile marker 88, where troopers closed in and executed a vehicle stopping maneuver. The Charger collided heavily with the patrol car before coming to a complete stop.
It's coming up on you.
The driver, identified as Mr. Penny, was arrested at the scene and taken to the Clark County Detention Center. He now faces multiple charges, including following too closely, fleeing by vehicle, criminal mischief, and reckless driving. Valonia, Arkansas, January 29, 2023. Larry Lee, a convicted violent offender on probation, led police on a high-speed chase after being spotted driving a Maserati with a fake plate on I-40.
Saw 104 for young boy, 104 ZYB. It's displayed on a white Maserati. It's not what it returns to. Little Rock 1037. Get back on 40 West. Little Rock, notify Fulton County.
are 120. Moderate traffic.
Speed 130.
Two passing gun follow. He's in the turning lane. Speeds are 130.
35 copy of the traffic.
2-4, I'm headed to you. We're passing Ranchette. He's in the inside lane. Speeds are 135.
130.
Moderate traffic.
Moderate traffic.
He's in oncoming traffic passing the 64 Superstore. Correction Country Store. Coming up on Lower Ridge. He's still in oncoming traffic.
Coming up on Lower
Speed
Ridge.
130.
Still in oncoming traffic. Speed 130.
Well, I don't see him, but he's coming up behind me.
He's the primary unit. I'm about a quarter mile behind him. There's another unit that just got in it. It's a Tahoe or a Suburban. I didn't see it.
Going to be calling PD unit. Coming up on Shoemaker off 64, he's still in oncoming traffic. Speeds are 115.
Speeds 1.
Lee accelerated to more than 150 miles per hour, ran red lights, and repeatedly drove into oncoming traffic on Highway 64. Troopers were forced to close in and execute a vehicle stopping maneuver at around 40 miles per hour, bringing the pursuit to an end. He was taken into custody at the scene. A search of the vehicle uncovered nearly 200 grams of marijuana and over $2,800 in cash. Lee was transported for treatment of minor injuries and now faces multiple charges, including fleeing, possession of a controlled substance, fictitious plates, and no insurance. Hillsborough County, Florida, September 1st, 2024. While assisting in shutting down a street takeover, deputies spotted a green sedan with dark-tinted windows stopped in the middle of an intersection, engaging in reckless driving. When confronted, the driver, identified as Alex Javier Rodriguez Lazu of Lakeland, rolled up the windows and fled. The sedan sped out of the neighborhood, prompting deputies to initiate a pursuit.
Copy Charlie, Hotel 1, Hotel Bravo.
Wide body.
Where at? Where at?
Romeo Hotel, Foxtrot, Victor 711.
Okay, looks like that AC is 1015 and 10-4. Any other further going for flying one. I'm in the neighborhood of Trevous, I believe,
White BMW.
Okay, I got one that just evaded to Tom. He is right down right. No loop. The back door.
Put it in park or you're going to get wrecked. You understand? Put it in park, you're going to get wrecked.
Not sure just yet. He's moving. Right there, but I don't have the address on my phone.
You're going to get wrecked. Stop moving that car. Stop moving that car.
A pit maneuver was immediately executed successfully, bringing the vehicle to a complete stop.
He's driving through a front door right now. Back out to the black hole. What car is that?
Show me your fucking head! Stop! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car! Go now!
Whoever every two after field down.
The suspect was arrested at the scene without incident. He now faces charges of fleeing and participating in street racing before being transported to the Hillsborough County Jail. Little Rock, Arkansas, December 7th, 2024. Brian Chavez Castillo fled after being spotted driving a Chevrolet Malibu at over 80 miles per hour on I-40. Despite police activating lights and sirens, Castillo exited the interstate and sped through multiple residential streets, making sharp turns to evade capture. At the intersection of West 24th and Railroad, officers executed a pit maneuver, spinning the Malibu sideways and bringing it to a stop. Castillo was arrested immediately afterward, while passengers were released safely with no injuries. Castillo was transported to the hospital for evaluation before being booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center. He now faces charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, and driving without a license. Fort Smith, Arkansas, January 22nd, 2025. A vehicle fled from a Sebastian County Sheriff's Office traffic stop, racing into the city of Fort Smith at high speed, disregarding multiple red lights and weaving through intersections.
Speed 120, coming up to 71. Come around these folks, I'll get this dog close. Still northbound, coming up to 71. Stand by, let you know which way we're going. We're headed back towards the house.
passenger. We're on south 800. Okay. Turn in Village South Apartment.
In an apartment complex near Towson Avenue, officers attempted several vehicle stop tactics. The car spun around in a field, engine revving as the driver tried to escape. When boxed in, officers discovered the suspect was armed with a knife, forcing them to break the window and deploy a K-9 to subdue him. After a brief struggle, the driver was taken into custody.
They've got a TVI. We're out here in the middle of the field, about to be 15.
10-4, TVI in the field. Behind the River Valley Inn Suite. Behind the River Valley Inn Suite.
The suspect was identified as David A. Bruce. He was transported for medical evaluation before being booked into the Sebastian County Detention Center. He now faces charges including fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, speeding, resisting arrest, and second-degree assault. Fort Smith, Arkansas, December 16th, 2024. Police tracked a black Hyundai Elantra recently reported stolen from a neighborhood within the past hour. When officers spotted the suspect vehicle leaving the O'Reilly Auto Parts parking lot, they activated lights and sirens, but the driver, identified as Courtney Susa, immediately fled through multiple streets and alleys, driving recklessly near a school bus and even cutting through residential yards.
1037 with him. Stand by. Going southbound on the alley, going to this street.
Southbound alley.
As the Elantra sped onto Northeast Street, a patrol unit blocked the roadway, forcing the car to slow down. Officers quickly surrounded the vehicle and took the driver into custody without further incident.
I've got him. Hands! I got you covered. Hey, I got you covered here. Relax, we're good. Open the door. Open the door. Now! Open the door. Unlock it. Unlock it right now. Unlock it right. What's that? You got the car? Oh, unlock the car right now. Unlock the car. I don't care. Unlock the car. Unlock the car right now. Show me a freaking hand. Don't even.
Susa was transported to the Sebastian County Detention Center and now faces charges including fleeing, reckless driving, failure to stop at signs, driving with a suspended license, and possession of a stolen vehicle. She is also suspected of involvement in several other theft cases currently under investigation. Palm Beach County, Florida, February 22, 2023. The driver, identified as Artricia Miller, was operating a silver four-door Kia northbound on I-95 at speeds over 90 miles per hour in a 65 zone. When signaled to stop, Miller ignored the order and continued weaving across multiple lanes. The chase continued to an intersection where the Kia suddenly lost control while turning, jumped the median, and came to a complete stop. This was treated as a natural vehicle stop, ending the pursuit. Miller was arrested at the scene and now faces charges of fleeing and reckless driving. Fayetteville, Arkansas, September 18, 2023. A black Chrysler 300 was clocked at 97 miles per hour in a construction zone on I-49. When signaled to stop near exit 65, the driver initially slowed as if to pull over but suddenly accelerated, weaving at speeds over 100 miles per hour and repeatedly cutting off other vehicles, nearly causing crashes.
You're turning southbound on Holland, southbound on Holland. Southbound Holland, southbound Holland. Across the old Warrington.
We're good.
The road at the end of Holland and Woodtail. Right or left, sir, right or left. We went straight.
The pursuit continued into a residential area where the car lost control, struck a tree, and came to a stop. The vehicle caught fire, and the driver fled the scene. No injuries were reported. Jacksonville, Arkansas, November 7th, 2024. Police observed a gray Ford Edge on US 67 or 167 with an unclear license plate. When signaled to stop, the vehicle initially pulled to the shoulder but then sped off, reaching about 90 miles per hour before turning onto TP White Drive and cutting through a residential area.
I got it. You drive. We're out real bad on James. Bring that 60. We're coming up to James Street. Please back to me. Just cross James, still northbound, Wood Service Road. Please back 50. Light traffic.
Officers attempted a vehicle stop tactic but were unsuccessful. The Ford continued a short distance before stopping on Hayes Street. One passenger, Harold Shirley, jumped out carrying 2 large trash bags and fled on foot, but was subdued after resisting. Inside the bags, officers found 9 bundles of marijuana.
Quick pursuit, granting back. Pastor's running south on Gray. I'm 1037 with the vehicle. I'm west on Neal from Bailey. Speed's about 45. West on Hill, coming back up the service road. You gonna get your ass. Still northbound on the service road, coming back up to Bailey.
The driver, Dana Webb, was arrested on scene and now faces multiple charges, including fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, possession of fictitious documents, and possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Shirley was also charged with fleeing, resisting arrest, tampering with evidence, and possession of controlled substances. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, November 12, 2022. A Dodge Charger weaving at 86 miles per hour in a 65 zone fled when officers attempted a traffic stop. The driver turned off the headlights, continued speeding, and recklessly evaded, forcing police to close in.
Hey, be careful, he's blacked out. He's coming up on exit 36.
Well, you're gonna have time to do that. Looking for
He just swapped back over to the right-hand lane.
right now.
I got him here driving wrong direction down 36 rim.
Wrong direction down 36. I'm at the 36 now.
On the interstate. Correction. He's keeping straight toward Blake.
Don't hold for you. He's currently about 80. Still going towards Blake. Maybe turn on Hudson, still blacked out. Stable. I'm running parallel with y'all on Bearview. No, he's straight past Hutchinson, still on short third. He's going about to go around the curve towards 4th. Just take a left towards Bearview.
Near the end of the chase, a precise vehicle-stopping maneuver spun the Charger around and brought it to a halt. However, both the driver and passenger barricaded themselves inside, refusing to open the doors. Officers had to break the window to remove them.
Crawl out. Crawl out. Crawl this way. Crawl out now. Let's go.
The driver, Mr. Cox, was arrested on charges including felony fleeing, speeding, reckless driving, and no headlights at night. The passenger, Jadarius McCoy, was served with a probation revocation order.